Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Hello! Just doing some vocal warm-ups. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Emmy Award-winning Days of Our Lives recap show. I am one of your hosts this evening, Mark J Freeman, and I am joined with these two dooligans over here.
Peter Ramos.
And
James Lott Jr.
Yes, we love having them here. How can they find you guys on Twitter or Instagram if they want to tweet you while we're on the air live?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at The Real Dooligan.
Black Hope LA.
Yes, and you can always find me at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE. All right,
So,
and hoping, let's flip it, get it going. And those of you, we have a ton of people in our chat room. Let's see if I can see a number here. How many people we got in here? One. It says we have one person watching. It's my mom. Hi, Mom. No, there are numerous people watching us. Thank you guys for being live with us in the chat room. Also, let's give a shout out to Alexis
Yay.
in the booth. She's back with us. I know you guys always ask about her, so we're glad to have her back with us today. And you guys, if you're not watching us live, you're watching us later, make sure you comment below and make sure you click on like on YouTube. Also, be sure to go to iTunes and rate us. Give us a 5. I think that's the highest, right, Alexis? 5?
You are correct.
5. Give us a 5. Well, when I'm hosting, give us a 5. No, I'm kidding. And make sure you comment below. It really does help us if you guys go over to iTunes and comment and all that good stuff. And a shout out to everybody on iTunes and iPod that listen to us in their car. I don't know why you would want to listen to me in your car, but I love that you want to. Yes. Alrighty, guys. Let's get back to Days of Our Emmy Award-winning Days of Our Lives.
Before we start, I just want to give a good shout out to all my chat roll peeps.
Yes.
I'm usually there with you when I'm not here on the show, and I love you guys, and we're so appreciative that you watch us every week, and you guys are so fierce in your determination and talking about what's going on with all days. And we love you guys.
We do.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody. Susie, Cheryl, Daquan.
We see Kelly.
We have a love-hate relationship, me and Daquan.
Lunatic Nation.
Fanatic Nation. What's
Lunatic Nation.
Lunatic Nation, yes.
Lunatic.
Leah,
yes.
Carolyn.
Nikki.
Old Sports. I love you too.
Leah.
Chris Miller.
Chris Miller. And your buddy Derek Hazelton.
Everybody. Oh, Derek. I like Derek. He always agrees with me. Derek, you better rate me a 5. That's all I got to say. And Leah usually agrees with me
Leah's
too.
with you too. Yes.
So they're my two favorites, besides you two, of course.
Oh,
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Hello.
Alexis, of course.
No, you know I love you, girl.
Yeah, I know.
Goes without saying.
Yes.
All right. So where should we start today, Peter? Which story? What was our biggest?
I would probably say the Stefano and Marlena storyline. I think that was one of the epic ones this week. Mainly because
my chair is sinking. I just want you all to know.
Help him, save him. Oh my God.
Technical difficulties, but I'm gonna zip it back up. Let's see how long I stay up. All right. Sorry about that.
lay off those pizza rolls.
Sorry. All right.
No, I was just, as I was saying, the reason why I love that show.
We switching?
There we go. Okay.
All right.
It's because the whole really. Thanks.
I know it's like hello. Is this
Really?
Swap it out. You know, this is live entertainment. Live entertainment.
Anything can happen. It's crazy.
It's okay. It's going to use that on my reel.
Yes.
So about all the flashbacks that happened throughout that
Loved it.
Me and James were talking about it, how the cool part was is that they were doing both sides of every story.
Yeah.
Like Marlena's side and Stefano's side.
Yeah.
And it was just going back and forth of like, oh really, do you remember this? Oh really, I remember it differently.
This way. Yeah. The one that stands out to me in particular was Stefano licking her leg.
Yes. Oh my God.
Was I the only one that was like, I don't remember that.
For me, I forgot about that. I mean, that was the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't. That one I didn't. A lot of them I actually didn't really remember. Remember. But it was great to see.
Yeah, I did obviously because I'm old. So I remember the 80s ones with her hair.
Some of those were before my time. Then I started watching. But yes, I did remember the majority of them, which was
the Queen of the Night.
That was amazing.
Yes, and the Devil.
Oh, the famous devil. When he was talking, that was kind of cool.
Morphed
into her.
He's fighting for it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, because the devil made her do it.
That's right.
Oh, thank you, Alexis. Always sending us the kindest messages. But before she went to see Stefano, there was a little interaction with Chad.
Yes. There was a lot of interaction with Chad.
Yeah, there was a whole little discussion about what happened, and she kind of told a little bit. She didn't divulge everything. Right. I think she was trying to protect him.
Yeah, I think she did, because she really didn't want to badmouth Kristen, because everybody knows Kristen's Kristen.
Right.
But she didn't want to just throw salt into the wound.
Right.
So I think she was just trying to be Dr. Marlena as Dr. Marlena.
Well, and I think too that Chad's still very likable.
Yes.
So I think everybody's still kind of hoping that he doesn't go to the dark side. We'll
because
say.
Of all this. Yeah.
And then she left the mansion and. We all know where I'm going with this. Yes. It took 3 ISA agents to manhandle Dr. Marlena Evans.
Because she's the devil.
Well, she is the devil.
He's going to do the WTF moment later, but my second WTF moment was the long sequence of throwing her out that window. It was like, stop. Okay, now that's ended. The next day, stop. She turns around, stops, and then it's like commercial. Stop. These two big strapping guys can just bike, That's it. It was kind of funny to me. It took forever. Very soap style.
And I love that I kept thinking, too, shouldn't she get a lawyer if she's being, and then she finally said, do I get a lawyer? Oh, you don't need a lawyer. And I'm like, she just went with him a little too easily, then drank the tea. Come on. Who drinks the tea? And I love that the cup was, when it cut from commercial, it was on its side. I'm like, what is she doing that it was, she passed out as she was setting it down?
Yeah.
Even she finished it, she
Days of Our Lives.
She likes to turn it upside down when she's done with it.
Oh, okay, maybe that. We'll give it to her that.
I agree with Carolyn. We were told this earlier, Marlena doesn't age.
No.
She does not.
Marlena?
Doesn't age.
No.
She looks better now than she did back then.
Right.
You can always, I'll teach you a little trick, a little Hollywood secret. I'm not outing you, Deidre Hall, by any means.
No,
but always look at their hands. You can always tell by their hands.
Yeah, count the rings.
Don't look at the face.
Yes.
Because that can... Clearly, stuff can be done for that.
Yes.
But always look at their hand, because you can tell. If you look at her hands, you can kind of tell a little bit.
Great. Now she's going to be wearing.
I know. Now she's going to get Botox in her hands. But I also loved that when Marlena and Stefano were going at it, and she said that Stefano was obsessed with her, and she says, I don't know how you define obsession, but this is textbook. Right.
And I just love the part where she's in there, and as she was telling her story, she's walking around the castle trying every single door.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
And that didn't work. And
that one didn't work. Okay. Yes. And I was going to, I think I even wrote in my notes, who has a house that locks from the out? Only the DiMeras have a house that lock you in.
There's 10 doors. And it's okay, you can't get out. Yeah.
And then the other thing that we discussed a little bit outside was another thing came up was they were talking about the death of Marlena's child.
Yes.
James, if you want to touch on this, we were debating who they were talking about because
Peter also helped out with this because I immediately went to Don Craig Jr., which was back in the late 70s.
And that's what I think. I think who they were talking about, just because I had seen.
He was born.
Right.
And then he died shortly with SIDS, I believe, or something. Somebody can correct me if you know the truth.
Oh, they'll tell us.
Fact check. But it was something like that. But he was born. She gave birth to him, and then he died.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, it's that one. But then Peter brought up. Peter?
Oh, yeah. Well, she had 2 other miscarriages. The one with Alex.
North.
And
Alex
North.
Who
And
was-
then with Roman.
Who was the original Roman. I'm trying to remember his name. Somebody in the chat room, please.
Wayne Northrup.
Wade Northrup, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Roman, I think it was in the mid 2000s, like 2004 or something like that. She was with Roman also.
Okay.
So there was like 3. So we didn't know which one she was
But
talking
skip saying
about.
child. I lost a child.
I feel like it would have been DJ just because they were referring to them having a child and then it being taken away.
I'm thinking so too.
Not that a miscarriage is in the same. Oh, I'm going to get all these.
Right. We're not saying that at all.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're not saying that at all.
So let's see. I know everyone in here is.
Carolyn says I think it was the first Sid's death on a soap. I think it was everybody saying Sid. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So
Sid's.
it's DJ.
Yeah, it was DJ. I have a feeling it was.
They were definitely talking about Don Jr.
Don Jr.
Someone's like, oh God, Alex North.
I know. I try to forget that story
Right?
too.
But she had amnesia, right?
Yes.
She had amnesia.
And it turns out he was her first husband or something, or right after Don. It was her before Rome. It was like,
Yeah.
he is Roman, and and then the Roman that's playing now was Chris Cross Attack back in the day. It's all confusing for me.
It was so funny too because this week,
Yes.
for some reason, when they were showing Joshua Taylor Roman, I actually, for some reason this week thought, why do they still have him? Why don't they? Why didn't they ever bring back the I don't get why they don't just. I mean, I get there's a contract. It's not that I don't understand how it works. I'm just don't. Just for the record.
You get it.
I just, you know what I mean? Like, I would think that no rent. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll tell you when. Okay, how about that? We're gonna do it the good old fashioned way. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. And I'm gonna say this too right here before we move on to the next topic. We had talked a little bit about, we had heard that maybe the writers get a bonus if they create a character that takes off.
Right.
But I was thinking about it, and I was like, if they're trying to, I just feel like I mean, not saying that new people aren't going to come and watch a soap opera, but if you want people, you probably want people to come back, right? Not worry about getting new. I mean, I get you want new too.
You always want new,
but
obviously. If
you want to get your audience back, don't you want to bring back the people that are really liked and
the fans
followed?
Who are like, oh my God, you should watch Days of Live again. You've never seen it before. You should tune. I think you get you the new people.
Yeah,
you get new people.
Yeah,
and you get the old people back.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously do both, but I'm just saying, like, I mean.
Especially this year.
Yes.
With the whole Days 50.
A lot of people coming through.
Days 50.
A lot of people coming through Days, and a lot of people coming through the DiMera Mansion this week.
Yes,
how about that for a transition, ladies and gentlemen? Smooth.
Yes.
Our next topic is going to be Chad and the DiMera Mansion.
And the revolving door.
The revolving door of people that came to visit Chad this week.
Henderson.
Henderson, right.
Henderson, they need to just say the door was open.
Right.
Because we all know Henderson isn't doing it.
No, he didn't do anything.
So it started with Marlena. She came first.
Yes.
And they talked about the Kristen thing and all that. Yeah. Then she left and Kate came.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, Kate.
And they had a little discussion about him hiring Lucas.
Right. But also trying to use like a mother figure kind of.
And then he even said, I was like, I'm not your son.
You sure did say that.
Right. Then after she left, Abby came.
Oh,
because Abby always has to be there she's turning into her mother.
I was just going to say that. She's
definitely Jennifer's daughter.
Yes.
She's the JJ. Jennifer Jr.
Yeah.
See a JJ, I like that.
A new JJ.
Yes.
And then we can't leave out that they kissed.
Yes, of course.
Passionately.
Very passionately.
Zipping off jackets.
Rewound a couple times.
Removal of clothes and everything.
I enjoyed it. And then she ran out.
And then Melanie.
And then Melanie came. Yes. That was a hard one for me.
Oh my God.
The dichotomy. Sorry, Daquan. It was a little. It was like, oh, Chad. Oh, Melanie. Oh, Chad. Oh, Melanie. So it was rough. It was a rough one for me.
But I liked when Chad was talking to Melanie, he gave his whole backstory rundown.
Yeah.
While he was talking to her, about him and her.
And I actually appreciate that because that was a time where I wasn't watching it a lot, and Melanie was in a lot of scenes where I was fast forwarding a lot. So it helped me. It helped me to get a recap. My recap for my recap.
I thought there's you and Molly are best friends now. I forgot.
Me and Molly,
not you and
like this.
Not you and
me
Melanie.
and Mel, like this. No, she's my new BFF. And then after Melanie left, then Roman and Abe came looking for Marlena.
Yes.
And then basically Chad became a crybaby.
Yes.
Yes.
Peter wanted to touch on this.
Yes, I really wanted to touch on this. Every scene that Chad had this week was wah, wah, wah. I have no family. And he was just like, Stefano's my only family. Please, I have nobody. And I was like, are you kidding me, Chad? You have tons of family.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they're not all your age.
Right.
But he has family. I mean, he has Peter, he has Theo, he has Johnny, he has Sydney, and he even has Steven, if anybody remembers Stephen Hawke.
Ah.
Benji's son?
Yes.
So he has tons of family.
I wonder if he's related to Cheryl Hawke.
Cheryl.
Any relation?
Come on here, Cheryl.
But it's funny because in the scene earlier, he did say, when are you going to bring my Theo over to see Uncle Chad?
Yeah.
So you have family.
Yeah, he does have family, but he just keeps on thinking that Stefano's his only family.
Yeah. Well, he's the only one on camera.
Yes. Okay. Nothing happens off camera.
That's it.
Right. Nothing happens off camera.
Let's see what everyone here is saying about
they're
these DiMeras and
they're laughing.
Rewrite history to bring. Oh wait, Xander. Why are we talking about?
They're talking about Xander right now. I don't know why I'm talking about Xander either right now.
Anything about Chad and the DiMeras?
A lot of them don't like Abby so much. I'm seeing.
Oh really?
They call them Chabby.
Chabby?
Someone hashtag Chabby.
Yeah, Chabby.
Is that it, Chabby?
That's their.
I didn't realize
that's
that.
their joint name. I know it sounds like Chubby, but whatever.
And that they only have the one room. Of course.
Susie says Abby needs to stay away.
Yeah, stay away. Like they
I know, and Carolyn said he never leaves the one room.
One room.
Are they
Right.
renovating? Maybe
room.
they are renovating. That's a good idea.
Oh, and Cheryl goes different spelling mark.
Where?
For Cheryl Hawke, it's a different spelling mark.
Sorry, Cheryl. Sorry. I was just trying to help you out.
And she puts it on there too for us to see.
Yeah.
You go on, girl. That's right.
To comfort. Love seeing Chad, Marlena, Kate, Melanie trying to comfort Chad. Yeah, it was just like
Peter's
a
in
Rolodex
prison,
of people trying to.
Peter's
It
in
is
prison.
kind of nice. Like I said, I think he is still kind of the saving grace of the DiMeras. So I think everybody's kind of. I mean, Abby wants to bone him, but whatever.
Yeah, but I think like before it was Lexi who was the saving grace,
Yeah,
and then Benji was there a little bit. He was the good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm seeing agree Mark a lot, and I don't know what they're agreeing with, but I love it.
But the thing is, I think that the character of Chad can go so many different directions because he can really be the good guy who does slightly bad things.
Yeah.
Or he can be a bad guy who does good things.
Like the bad boy in Salem.
Yeah.
And he can be kind of the moral compass, so to speak, for DiMeras, whatever that means. And it could be anything, obviously. Because morality is all over the place.
Yeah, EJ tried to do that for a little while.
He did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cheryl's showing me the spelling. Sorry, Cheryl.
I know.
No, I was going to say, I think it was when Billy Flynn was doing Martha Madison's T-Radio V show, and they were interviewing, and he mentioned, I think it was John Aniston, that he was saying had given him advice when he came on to do Chad, and he said something like, which I 100% agree with. He's like, the mean, the angry is usually in the lines. So you don't need to do that. It's there. Just have fun with that, And I was just like, that's so. And I feel like that is what he's doing, because it's there. It's written. The word's there. I hate you, but you don't have to say it. I hate you. You know what I mean? It's like,
it kind of reminds me of JR's Dallas. Larry Hagman, rest in peace. He did everything with a gleam in his eye and in his voice. He was the bad guy, but you kind of rooted for him. It was you did have his Achilles heel was his family. It's kind of like that. Chad is kind of like if he does it with a gleam in his eye and kind of a upbeat in his voice a little bit, it completely can work.
And kind of Victor's that way too. Which is funny how he would coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Victor pulls off that character perfectly.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Brilliantly. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
I'm with you on that one completely.
I was going to say, Amber Baby 100 is wanting Melanie to be paired with somebody else. Amber Baby, she's leaving the show.
Yeah.
So, sorry, not gonna happen.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Chad Abby reminds me of a young Jack and Jen.
I saw that on there's
Chad and Abby? Oh, okay.
It would be nice, though, if Jack was back.
Oh, there you go.
We could have them all standing next to each other.
There we go.
Fantastic. All right, and then what's our third topic, James, that we were going to do? Was our third big story of the week?
It is 3D.
Brady.
The wonderful Jen Lilly, who said hi to me on Twitter. I love
exciting, isn't
And
it?
invited you to our pajama party.
I'm coming.
Oh,
She's
it's going to
over
be,
it.
I cannot wait. We're going to have to get the big studio.
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures that I sent you on Twitter?
I loved them. I loved them.
oh.
Everyone pick out your onesie for our late night Days of Our
Yeah,
I
Lives
got yours
weekend.
the kariakis,
Yeah.
and
It's
then
going to be fun.
Tony's his.
That's fun. And I already know, I'm like, I'm going to make these cookies. I already know what I'm doing.
Because she's
That's all right.
and she's a baker. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hourglass cookies.
yeah, well, that'd be a cute idea actually.
Right.
Okay, so Teresa had the procedure, so we have that, and
But
yes,
before that,
Oh, yes.
she had a little issue.
With Paul.
Well, I guess two issues.
oh yeah, well yeah, I guess
Paul
you're
and
right.
Dr. Dan.
Yeah, Dr. Dan.
Yeah.
Of course, she had one with him. I mean, they hate each other.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean,
too.
but you
Oh,
know,
me too.
obvious reasons. But yeah, I thought that was.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they were just going to let it go,
Yeah, I was glad they
or if
didn't.
she was. And I'm kind of glad that they did that.
Yeah, I'm glad he did too, because it's part of the history. I mean, why would we go? Okay, whatever you want to do, do it. I'm like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, you hate each other. They had
Right.
this huge history that they hate each other.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my God, so that was beautiful. And then they named the baby.
What do we?
Now, what's funny is I was going to look up to see if this was true or not. Anybody out there in the chat room will look it up and see if it's true. If this really does mean cheerful and happiness.
Oh, Melanie.
Yes.
Oh
no, Tate.
They named it Tate.
Tate, because they said it means cheerful and
happiness because of
Yeah.
Melanie. I was like, is that true?
But I loved how they were like, if it was a girl, we totally would have
Yeah,
named her
right,
Melanie.
exactly.
So since
Totally.
it's not, we're not naming it after you at all. Like, 'cause I
And the
thought that was going to
definition
be
of
Jonah.
Melanie?
Yeah, me too.
Because somebody
Me
said
too.
that in the
Yes,
chat
me too.
room.
And the
Me too.
definition of Melanie,
Me
I'm
too.
sure you like that too.
Of course I did. Was it
Dark.
dark?
Yeah, I thought of you the whole time, actually, that scene.
Duh.
But what made me laugh and go, well, if it was a boy, I mean, Melvin doesn't sound good.
I know.
Oh, my poor Uncle Melvin, I'm sorry.
My dad's name was Melvin.
See, there you go, right. Yeah. Come on,
We
writers.
started generally.
Melvin haters. Melvin haters.
Yeah.
And then, of course, two things happen at the end. And we'll get to that, too, of course. Brady has a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, because it's a soap opera.
It's not real. Sorry.
CZ. I love it.
I bet you it's one of the diamonds that Serena.
From the, they all made it.
Totally kidding.
Together.
Totally kidding. Go ahead.
But then Teresa vowed to her baby, they will never
Never
be apart
apart.
a single night. You, me, and your daddy.
Yes.
I wonder if Jen's gonna. Jen. Now I'm doing it opposite.
Right,
Right.
I know.
I wonder.
I tell people that why they're like, you always get the names messed up. I'm like, do you know how many names are going through my head?
Well, now that I've met them, I want to call her Jen.
Right.
Exactly.
But I wonder if Teresa's gonna find that ring and think that it's gonna be for her.
Could be. I don't see how she
okay.
could possibly think that, but
Well, you
it's
know.
daytime, so
I mean, you know how she reacts with diamonds.
that's true. That's
little
true.
dangling
It did get her on a
bracelet.
plane to Italy. Do we? And so, what do we think of Tate, the name?
I actually do not like the name.
Okay.
But it can grow on me, I think. It could be kind of cute.
Well, we're not going to have to
Brady.
hear it for
Tate
another
Brady.
5 to 10 years.
See,
really.
I kept really hoping.
Other than
Right.
Tate's babysitter, like that's all we're going to hear for a while.
But
So.
see, I kept hoping they were going to follow the whole last name as first name thing. Because he's Brady.
Brady.
And like I said, Jonah or Donovan. I was all for Donovan Black. I was
Yeah,
all for Donovan Black.
That would have been cool.
Donnie.
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 Exactly, like you.
D.
D.
DB.
DB. Like exactly. I was
Well,
all
and
for
the
it.
thing is,
Well, now his initials are TB.
well,
That's horrible.
well, there's a lot of doctors in the family to help that.
Sure is, right?
But again, he'll probably like Jen, with Teresa, it was Jeannie,
Oh, yeah.
Caroline.
Yeah.
And I love how Jen
And now
mentioned
it's-
that when she was on the show.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I thought that too, and I was looking it up, and I couldn't find it anywhere
Yeah.
before she came on, and so I was glad that she said that because I was like, I didn't think it was
No
Teresa.
Teresa. There's no Teresa
So
there.
again, even if we don't
Right.
like it now, and I don't know,
Right.
I want to know if somebody in the chat room knows this, or if you guys know this. I want to know what day the new writer stuff starts. I'm just waiting. Like, I want to know. So if somebody knows or knows somebody.
Ooh, Lisa, Evan Black. Ooh, I like that.
Evans.
Evans.
Oh, yeah, I thought that
That's
too.
a
I
great
actually
name,
thought that
Lee.
After
too.
Marlena.
You know,
Let's see
folks
what
are
everyone
liking
else
my,
is
they're
saying.
liking my Donovan Black, but I'm like the Evan Black. That's really cool.
Who's
Or
the
Isaac
anti-
Black? Tribe Master. Isaac
he's-
Black after Isabella.
Teresa's delusional when it
Yeah,
comes
Tribe
to Brady.
Master was saying, Isaac Black, which
Yeah.
I was kind of mentioning last week.
You did mention that.
Yeah, kind of.
What did you guess as the name?
Isabella. It was is Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said Ezekiel
Yeah.
or Isaac.
Yeah.
Or Ezekiel. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Let's
Isabella.
see.
Yeah, I
Sure.
would have liked to seen that if they honored Isabella. But that's Abel.
Yeah.
Abel Black.
Oh, that is.
See,
she does
so
have
what I was
rights.
going to say was, I think, as I'm
yeah.
wondering, I mean, obviously the old writers came up with this.
Yeah.
So is it like, let's pick a cheesy name because
Yeah.
we're leaving? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how any of that,
We don't know, yeah,
how
we
that
don't- yeah,
stuff
yeah,
works
yeah,
behind the
yeah.
scenes. So I don't know.
He's
but
not suggesting anything.
I like to think that it's very deceitful like that because it's daytime.
Well, they
I don't know.
did. They did
Drama.
leave with the whole elephant storyline.
You know what I think we should do because we definitely want to try to get Dina and Josh. Dina,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, Dina Healy.
I would like to have the last writers though on in here too.
Ooh. Are you
So we can
watching
rip
the
them
show?
apart?
Come on.
Huh?
So we can rip them apart.
No, I just want to know. Like, I would love to know more about this stuff that we question every
behind
day.
the
You
scenes.
know
I would
what
like
I
to ask him
mean?
about Titus.
Yeah. Well, and you know what I have to say
so
too.
excited.
I was gonna comment on this too before we move on to tidbits because I think that's the next bit. I was gonna say when Molly Burnett, Daquan, are you paying attention? When she was talking about seeing the house, the DiMera
Oh, yeah.
castle, and stuff, she's like, "Oh, they made me cut and do it again." Da, da, da. Don't get me wrong, I'm still not a Melanie fan, but it made me kind of go, okay, well, how much of what I dislike was cut, do it again?
So she had to
now
do it,
I don't like. You know what I mean?
exaggerate.
I probably like all of her first takes. That's all I'm saying. I probably like all the first takes. So again, Daquan, I'm not digressing, but I'm going to give her a pass on some stuff
that's
because
so
I don't know
funny.
what she's being directed to do.
I like that.
So
Kelly B is hilarious. She's all like, I was going to be named Drake after Dr. Mandrake.
Amber Baby
that
said,
would have been funny.
Amber Baby said it should be seeing the new stuff in August.
Oh, August. Okay.
So in August.
August.
Because they are ahead a little bit. I guess they are ahead a little
August.
Yeah.
Do you know the date in August? I just want to know the day. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to know the day
so
it starts.
Nicole says like second week in August, new writer stuff.
Second week? Okay. I'm going to have to
Okay.
get on this. I want to know.
I want to know.
Ears perked, Mark. I don't know why. What did I say? Oh,
But
was I?
something's supposed to happen Labor Day weekend too. Ooh. What, Leah? What's going to happen to you?
All right. So before we move on to tidbits, I just want to remind you guys, if you have a second, go to iTunes, rate us a 5, write a comment, tell them how fabulous we are, so we can keep our jobs at AfterBuzz. I don't know where that voice came from.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman
Yeah.
gave us like Paul Rubens.
Yes, I know.
All right, so we're going to move into little tidbits, little things that happen
Yes.
throughout the week. Starting off with, if I may,
Go ahead.
the dream sequence of Serena. I was like, what? I wrote WTF. Like, in case you came in and said, what could my WTF moment be?
Yeah.
I was going to say, the stabbing of Xander. I was like, what? What is that? Thank you, Alexis. I was like, are you kidding me with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that came
So
from.
she's like,
And as we were about to start, I saw this in the chat room. So whoever wrote this, I don't know who it was that wrote this. The other thing I want to say is, did Serena give him the diamonds yet? Or are they still in the freaking chimney?
did.
yeah,
Like,
she
no,
did.
yeah,
She's just checking them out now to
Yeah,
make sure
yeah.
they're legit.
Well, I don't remember that happening.
He had
pizza
two.
rolls. I was getting
He
pizza
had
rolls.
two a little bit, but no, she
Yeah.
you know,
and she's even telling him, why is it taking
Right.
you so long to
Right.
make sure these diamonds are real? Because
Right.
you got to leave. And
Right.
he's like, oh, I'm just taking my time now. Maybe I might just stay. And that just like
Okay.
irritates her.
Okay,
Yes.
I missed that. I completely missed it. So clearly somebody else did too. So I don't feel so bad. But then we had a lot of Nicole and Daniel
Is your eye okay?
annoyingness.
Oh my
Well, even
God.
Channeling
Nicole's dream
Melanie.
sequence. Did you hear Nicole's dream sequence with Eric?
Yeah, and
yeah,
that was so
yeah.
random too. I was
Yeah.
like,
They fooled me on that one.
they
Yeah,
did
they
fool
did
me,
too,
but
me
I was
too,
just
yeah,
kind of
me too.
like, did we need a dream sequence? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like we
They were
really
having a good
needed
time
that.
this week. There was like dream sequences. Why
It was
not?
like,
Yeah.
okay, these people need some vacation time, so let's
Right.
create a story
Yes,
here, you
right.
know. But yeah, it was just kind of. Let's move on to the next thing because I don't. Okay. The only big thing with that is that the elephant's back.
Yeah, that was so funny. And Nicole's like, okay. I'm like,
I'm on.
well, there it is.
Yeah, I wondered when she saw. She's like, and I was like, oh, what did she see? And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
kidding me.
And they
Yeah,
even opened
it's
up a
back.
scene with Ted again.
Yeah.
Ted the
Yeah.
Elephant
Yeah,
Well.
Ted,
Remember
yeah.
we named
Yeah,
it Fred
Ted.
and Ted?
Yeah, they did,
Fred and
yeah.
Ted.
Yeah.
But yeah, they even came back from a commercial break and they started with Ted.
Ted.
On the
Now, I want to ask you two, what do you guys feel about Xander, the character of Xander? I mean, besides it's been different, he's not the one he should be.
Yeah.
Do you think he's Could be a good character to have around? Could he be an asset?
I like him as a character.
I love him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really do. And I wrote in my notes this week.
He's not hard on the eyes.
He's not hard on the eyes.
No,
More
right.
scenes in the towel. But I also wrote in my notes again. I literally find myself smiling when it's him and Nicole in scenes together. I
They're
literally
good together.
am
Yeah,
smiling.
they're good together.
I enjoy seeing them together. I love the banter. There's such a chemistry.
I think that's going to happen.
Well, he's leaving.
I heard he's leaving.
I'm getting into news and gossip.
Well, I
Sorry.
heard that too, though. But I'm like,
yeah, he's leaving. Sorry.
I can
see, like,
we can delete
Nicole-
that picture, Alexis. No, I'm kidding.
I'm thinking like Nicole can pretend she likes him, and then she actually does fall for him.
Well, I think she's pretending to like him to find out about Serena.
I know, but
Yes.
then I think she's eventually gonna fall for him.
Yes.
For
I
reals.
wish she would.
Me too.
Yeah, because Daniel's just
But
like,
we were informed that that's not going to be
Because the
happening.
thing
and-
is, Ari Zucker has chemistry with everybody. She's so
Except
good.
Daniel.
Except
for Daniel.
Daniel.
Except Daniel.
Sorry.
I mean, it's
Sorry.
Like, I mean,
That was a very dramatic pause after Buzz. We
Someone called him
apologize.
Dr. Hairy Chest on here. They're like, Dr. Hairy Chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
When does Sammy return? Somebody
know.
just asked. I don't know
We
when
don't
it
know
is.
yet. We don't know yet.
I know. I need to check the dates on all these things because
Yeah.
I don't know. Leah thinks October.
Carolyn says he's leaving when Serena's leaving.
And Susie
They're both
thinks that
leaving
the
together. Okay.
bleep and elephant should be definitely burnt. And I agree with you, Susie.
no, Fred needs to come here.
We
He's
am
the
getting-
final
I mean,
here.
I'm happy to have him here, but I'm tired of seeing him on the show. I'll take it. I'll take the catering manager. I don't even care. I'll take anybody.
That's so funny.
Kill elephant with fire. Okay. We have a lot of
Victor-
elephant
and
haters.
Victor
We need
is
to have
really
T-shirts
mean.
made with the elephant, with the line,
Yes,
with the
no
circle.
elephant.
No more elephant.
Yeah, Victor, I agree with you, Susie. Victor is so mean to Xander. It's like, why are you so mean to him?
Did we talk about this?
Yes.
That he was really nice to him
Yeah,
when he came.
I know.
Because like all of a sudden one day I was like, he doesn't like Xander? Like I completely was like,
I don't
what just
think like, he
happened?
doesn't like Xander. I think he's more focused with Daniel and Brady. And I think I mentioned this last week or the week before,
Yeah.
how Xander is trying so hard for Victor's approval.
Yeah.
Like he wants to be in that circle.
Yeah.
Inner circle.
In that
Yeah,
inner
I agree with
circle,
that.
And Victor's constantly pushing him away. I think the reason I don't think Victor realizes it. I think Victor sees Xander as a henchman. You know,
Okay.
because of his
Right,
past.
right. Well,
So
he did
he's-
ask him to keep an
Yeah.
eye on.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's not going to ask Brady. He's not going to ask Daniel. And I don't think he trusts anybody else but Xander. So I think that's why his go-to person is Xander. But
Right.
I don't think he realizes what he's doing.
Daquan thinks Rafe and Nicole.
I was going to say, I agree. I agree.
I wouldn't mind that.
I'm totally
And
for
they
it.
kind of did have a little chemistry
did.
before too,
They
with
were
that whole
funny.
thing when they were both dealing with.
And it
Well,
kinda
no, when they
goes-
were at the
yeah.
church.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole church thing with the baby
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
And it also kind of
Well-
goes with the whole, she takes after Sammy's leftovers sometimes.
Yeah, right.
You know, Nicole and
right.
Sammy, they have the same kind of men. they
I
like.
wouldn't even
Their
mind her
moms,
going
Lucas.
back to
Yep.
Lucas.
Me either.
Lucas.
Me neither.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Me
I mean,
either.
now that we're getting more of some Brian Datillo, I wouldn't
know.
mind it. I wouldn't mind it. Stir up the little
Ooh, and her and Adrian.
her and
Oh,
Adrian
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Kate wouldn't like that if Nicole went back
Oh my
with
god, I
Lucas.
know. That's
Nick.
how it all began.
Nick, I can't read your comment, by the way, on the air, but okay.
Oh.
I don't even know if that's a real word.
Where?
It's at the top of the page there.
Oh, okay.
Rafe and Eve. Ooh,
But they started that. They just started
Yeah,
that.
started that,
What do you
okay.
guys think of that?
She's like, oh, can I speak to a manager?
Yeah, and then she was like going on the tirade. Yeah, and I do have bartending experience, Rafe. By the way,
But there you go.
Wink. wink. All right, so let's talk about before we get cut
Well,
off here.
some more tidbits.
Some more tidbits. Audrey now works for Lucas.
Yes.
Audra.
Audra.
I'll say Audra.
Audra. I was in Audra or something. Yeah. So and then I loved when he was leaving Kate, and he was like, "Good day, Miss Roberts." I want T-shirts made.
Say good day, Miss
Say
Roberts.
good day. I'm going to start a T-shirt business. I think with Days of Our Lives.
You should.
With all my quotes.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. I know.
And elephants. Would you guys buy them? Comment below.
Yeah, come on. I'll wear them. Sure, I'll wear them. Like,
Because I'm not going to have them made if you guys aren't going to buy them. Plain and simple.
Right.
Oh, and I like how they mentioned Billy.
Yes.
How she gave the okay for Countess Wilhelmina.
that is her name.
I
so.
would think.
Yeah.
I think I got up at that point. Or did I miss that? Because I would have remembered Billy.
Well, that was a whole Kate and Lucas thing.
Yeah.
I drift off. I don't.
them? Really? With
I
them?
do.
They're good.
Well, my
Yeah.
dogs come in and then they pay me, and I'm like, oh, ta-da! And then oh shit, I need to be washing days.
But yeah, I thought that she's like, did you contact Billy? And he's like, yeah, and he gave the okay and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool. That
Me
he
too.
gave him-
Well, you know what I was going to say?
Shout out to Billy.
Since we're talking about Billy, I wrote in my notes, I know today also, or this week, that, oh my God.
Great.
Somebody reminded me of Billy. Who was it? Who was it that reminded me of? Who was it that? Okay, we're gonna move on because it'll come back to me.
Yes,
It'll come back to me.
So let's go to what? Roman and JJ. Roman coming into Jennifer's.
Oh yeah.
And,
That was the beginning because that was the leftover from
That's
Friday.
Monday. Yeah, that
so
was
early
Monday.
Monday, Roman came
The big
in,
old bag of
and
pot.
then Jen said,
Oh yeah, after the whole conversation, I think I'm gonna end every argument this way where I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna walk you out.
"Yeah, I'm gonna walk you out."
That's it. I'm just gonna walk you out. Bye.
Yeah, Jen's like, "I'm not gonna have this.
Yeah.
You're out of my
Yes.
house." Yeah,
I'm gonna walk you out.
and then he threw the stuff in the river.
Yes.
But I'm
and-
glad Rory's back. Rory always.
I like Rory. I love
Yes.
the actor is great. I
Yeah,
love
Rory popped in to smoke some weed.
the big old bag of pot.
I know. So it's just like
Question: If Ben was a Weston, it was born a Weston, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So, do you really have to have your name changed back to what it was when you like? Isn't that your name? So the other ones were fake names.
Well, did
Oh,
he?
yeah.
Well, the thing question is, did he legally change it to Reynolds?
Well, that's the thing is because he even said to Rafe, so you were using illegal names. He's like, yeah, I know, but now I'm going to use Weston. I'm going to have it legally changed. And I'm like, well, you don't have to have it legally changed. It's your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like unless you had it changed to something
Legally,
else.
yeah.
But there was no. He actually says,
Yeah.
you know, oh no, I was using names that weren't mine. You know, I was
He
making
did, he
names.
did say that. Where he said
So
that, yeah.
I wrote in my notes. I'm like, do you really have to change your
I
name
think
back?
it was
Isn't that
just
your
giving
name?
him a storyline, some lines to say,
That's-
something to say. Like, here get some
It's like me
scenes.
saying, I'm going to change my name back to Mark Freeman.
Yes. Okay.
Legally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it already is.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought when Ben was interacting with Abby in the park, I
Yeah.
think I mentioned this before, how he like totally read Abby. She's like, "Why are you having trouble with me changing my name to Reynolds? It's not like I'm changing it to DiMera."
It's like,
And I was like,
And he
"Burn."
was spying on
Yes.
her
Oh, he did.
and
Chad.
Chad. So he knows.
something's going on. He knows. 'Cause
He
she's been acting a little weird
sees-
anyway.
He's not
with
just
him.
a pretty face.
Yeah, she's been acting weird anyway with him. So yeah.
Thank you, Lexus.
Okay.
We're almost done. We're going to wrap this up real quick. And then other thing, Will went to Poplar Bluff, ran into some
Long
Poplar
hair.
Blufflians.
Poplar Bluffly.
Poplar Blufflians. That's what I'm going to call them.
Bluffian-
Poplar
Bluffians,
Blufflians.
yes.
The delightful waitress who ran when Clyde's
know,
name was
I know,
mentioned.
I know.
And then Clyde's friend who I didn't get a name.
The long hair.
Yeah, he
I
had
don't
the
know
long
his name
flowing
either.
hair,
I
but he
don't
took
know-
him on a
I don't
tour
remember.
of Poplar Bluff. And that was that.
Yeah, pretty much. It literally was.
We're going
That
to
was
keep
it.
moving. Aiden and Hope almost became just friends.
Yes, I saw that, and then they started making out.
Very,
Start making-
very stressful moment
Yeah,
on Days of Our
that's
Lives. Very stressful.
Then when Melanie and Abby walked in on Sunny and Paul,
Melanie, oh yeah. I have that next.
Yes.
Yeah, Melanie and
and Melanie's face.
I almost for you, Daquan, took a screenshot
That I was
because come on, Daquan.
That face was
Right.
hilarious.
Yes.
I was laughing so hard.
That was like that's like acting 101 when they're like, the guy in the back row needs to see
Right.
what you're doing,
Yes,
Molly.
Exactly. They always say that, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
exactly.
It
come
was
on.
hilarious. That was
Yeah.
hilarious. But you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
Yeah,
was
and I think it
laughing.
was Cheryl asked me earlier. Or no, actually, no. I actually want to give a shout out to my old neighbor. Not old as in she's old, but my former neighbor. Her sister watches Days, Peggy, and so my neighbor forwards me text messages from her
how
sister
funny.
about
How
Days,
funny.
and she mentioned, I would give a shout out to Peggy if she's watching, about the shirt that Sonny gives to Paul.
Oh yeah.
Because he spelled it was like, Will and Sonny are like half the size
of
Right,
Paul.
yeah.
yet they have a shirt that fits Paul.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly what I was
so,
thinking.
yeah.
And I thought it funny that his whole scene he's doing it without a shirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
he did.
and this
You know,
is this.
yeah.
I did write it in my
Not
notes
with
here.
topless.
Paul reminds me of Billy when he was saying, if I will walk away if you will.
Oh, yes.
Because
Right.
that, my girl Billy, she said to Bo,
Yeah.
you
She
need
did.
to be with Hope. You need to figure that out. I'm leaving you because I
Yes.
love you.
Yes, I remember that.
Squish, squish.
But see, I'm a Hope supporter, so I was
Yeah.
like, great. Yeah, so there.
So, yeah. And then the last thing I have for tidbits was that Paul meets Brady and
It's not that good.
all that
Yeah,
stuff. And there's all that fallout from that,
bomb.
which we can probably talk about more later. But yeah, so.
And then Paul tells Melanie about that, how he's John Black's
yeah.
friend, and then they kind of become a little friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe he can be her
I don't.
GBFF.
I wrote down. I guess Brady and Paul never did run into each other, huh?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
Not really. Their storylines never really crossed.
Yeah.
or
Crossed,
anything. Yeah,
yeah.
never crossed. Kind of weird.
But when Daquan says Melanie's expression was mine when I Jay.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
Daquan, what would I do without you?
Oh, Daquan.
All right, so let's get to our segments. Peter, we touched a little bit on this already, but what was
yeah.
your WTF
Yes, that was
moment
yours.
So I want
today?
Alexis to put up the picture.
And I think it has a photo that goes attached with it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And it should be coming up here. This is Peter's WTF moment.
My WTF this week is,
Goes-
there's a new hooker in Salem at the Salem Park, and the Salem PD needs to come and get on top of that.
It's like,
Yeah,
that
that-
outfit. That outfit
Oh.
was crazy.
Oh, sorry. It'll come back up,
So
guys.
yeah, so that my WTF goes out to the wardrobe department for dressing Abby.
I literally
that
rewound it, and I was
way.
like, is she wearing
I know.
Someone
pattern?
forgot to put on her dress or her skirt.
Besides
Something.
that, the lace, I was like, is this 1985?
Right?
Is she in a Prince video? I don't understand what's going on.
White Snake video?
Yeah. What's going
I'm
on?
just like,
It was
really?
weird.
I'm
It was
like,
very weird. Yes, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
so
Yeah, I wasn't-
I had to take a picture of that, and I texted you and then you, and I was just like, yeah, this is my WTF.
Yeah.
Like to the wardrobe department. Hello, new hooker.
Yeah, there she is.
I mean, come on. Honey,
Nah,
sweetie.
I didn't like it either. I'm 100%
Maybe
back
she
that
needs
up.
a GBFF. To
She
dress.
does need a GBFF.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, no, sweetie, you're not walking out of the house like that. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, right.
Not gonna
yeah.
happen.
No.
So, yes, that's my
budget
WTF.
cuts. Cheryl says it's budget cuts.
Scrap the
Thank you,
skirts.
Cheryl.
It's summertime. Scrap the skirts.
All right, so and I'll do quickly my quote of the week this
Yes.
week. I had to give it to.
Mark's quote of the week.
Oh, thank you, Alexis. I love it. Save that on the computer.
I love how the more you know song was.
I know, I like that.
It totally was. I love it.
Sorry, the chat room's distracting me.
I know, it's like-
all right, so my quote of the week has to be, hands down, Stefano. When he says to Marlena, "Oh, that's right, the devil made you do
We
it."
like that one.
But the
Right,
truth
yeah.
is,
Yes,
Marlena, you are the devil.
Yes, we talked that we love that one.
Yeah,
about
I was
that.
just like, okay, that's out of it.
That's it.
It kind of fit the week.
Yeah. It did.
I
Oh, it totally
laughed.
did.
I was like, okay, so
like, yeah.
Stefano, I would tweet you, but you don't have a
That's a good
Twitter.
one.
I know.
Right?
So
Just
I'll
Mostello.
hashtag you or something, but
Yeah.
he got the quote of the week. And then we asked James to do our "Those Were the Days" segments.
Yes.
Take us a little bit down memory lane.
Now, do you have the
she
two
does, yep.
pictures? Okay, one of the pictures. Okay, so because of Stefano this week, we want to talk about how virile he is and how many he keeps losing his children. So for the history of Days of Our Lives, he's had 9 kids.
Wow.
So I'm going to explain. This first one up here is Megan Hathaway from the 80s.
I kind of remember the name.
Yes, she's dead.
When you sent me the pictures, I was like, oh, don't remember.
Yeah, she's
But-
dead.
Okay.
And then the next one, there's one more. And that was Renee Dumont.
Renee, yeah.
And she's dead.
I did see a clip not too long ago. Somebody posted a clip
Yeah.
of her death, like her
Yeah,
dying.
that's Felice Sampler. She's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are 2. And then, of course, we have Benji Hawk, of course. My girl, Alexandria Lexi Carver. With a side note, Celeste, because I love her mother so
Celeste,
much.
yeah.
No one rocked a short blonde you like
oh, yeah.
Celeste.
Yep.
And then, of course, there was Elvis Jr. DiMera and Chad DiMera. But he also was stepfather to Tony DiMera. He's officially the stepfather because his wife cheated on him. And then he's adopted father to the Blake kids,
Right.
Peter and Kristen. And almost all of them are dead.
Yeah.
So it's
Did
kinda
you
weird.
see, since you mentioned Peter, I actually was going to Google it, and I don't remember the actor's name. Does anyone know the actor's name that played Peter Blake?
Oh my God, I'm blanking out
If
right
you
now.
do, write it in the
Yeah.
in the room. But he's in a new commercial. Did you see the new commercial that he's
No.
in?
Oh, I
It's
am.
for, I was going to write it down. I actually was going to try and bring in a clip of it. I don't know if we're allowed to play it. But watch, and I think it comes on during Days, because it usually comes as soon as it goes to commercial.
Yeah.
It comes right on.
Yeah.
It took me a second to recognize him, because
Yeah.
he's got facial hair and stuff.
Oh, I
He's
know
a
his
little
name. Peter Brooks.
Yes, Peter Brooks.
Peter Brooks. So Stefano's had 9 kids, so almost as many times as he's died. He's fathered children, and those were the days.
And those were the days.
Yeah.
Dead. Kill him dead. All right.
Yes.
Says Cheryl. All right, let's get into some news and gossip.
News and gossip.
TV News.
All right, you guys. I don't know if you guys were following this on Twitter or social media, but Nadia Bjorlin got married
My
Friday in Palm Springs to Grant Turnbull. Oh, no, that's Farrah Fath. Oh, we're going through all of them real quick. That's all of them. All of them. That's all these guys.
She's
There
so
she is.
beautiful.
There's
My
Nadia,
girl.
and then Grant is her new husband, and she will be back on days shortly.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
know the date.
Nicest person in her
But
life.
then Farrah also got married, if we have the one of Farrah. Farrah Fath, who played Mimi.
Love Farrah.
She married
Mimi.
Phil
Love
Galfond. She said, I am now Mrs. Galfond. She looks adorable. I know, it's a faraway picture, but I got it off her
Joey
Twitter.
from NSYNC.
Yeah,
Sure
it
does.
a little bit.
Fatone.
It does a little bit. Also, news and gossip. Teo Pengales is. A Martinez. Oh, I can do it whatever order you want to do it.
And I was like,
No.
pretty eyes.
No.
Aw.
Not, there he is.
There he is. Teo,
Teo
love him.
Pengales is returning to
What a great,
Days of Our Lives
great
as
choice.
Andre DiMera.
Well,
That's what it's saying.
Oh, I heard on his Twitter, he was like, who am I, Tony or Andre? So.
See, everything I'm reading says that he's the Andre.
I always wonder if Anna's coming back with him.
I saw her at
Leanne
Pavilions
Huntley.
once.
Leanne Huntley. I see her I see her at Umami Burger. So come on, girl.
Yeah, I saw her at
She's great.
Pavilions
Come on
once.
the show.
I almost
Come on
went
the
up to
show,
her, but I was like,
Anna,
oh, I don't want to bother
Leanne,
her.
come on the show.
Then A. Martinez, that's Xander. Nope. There he is. A. Martinez.
Love A.
My Santa Barbara.
Cruz
Castillo. That's how I used to say his name. Cruz Castillo.
Castillo.
Never had an accent until he said
Yeah.
Cruz Castillo.
All
He's going to be coming on to Days shortly. I'm assuming
right.
Rafe and Gabby
Yeah.
will be involved with this.
I have a feeling.
Father figure
Kind
type
of,
man.
yes.
Then we also have Jaden Wells. There he is.
Yes.
Jaden Wells will be actually. He's already taping, so I think we're
Yeah.
going to see him soon. This is the new Joey Johnson.
Yay.
He's going to be coming to
Good.
Days.
Good.
And then last, unfortunately, Xander is leaving.
I know.
Paul
I see it kinda-
Telfer is leaving, which is sad. I did tweet out. I was devastated, and he wrote
really
back.
did.
There's still some good stuff coming.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, but I'm still mad.
Like, why are you getting rid of him?
Yeah, I'm a little bummed because I really like seeing him.
Maybe it was
with-
like a test shot kind of scene
Right,
for him.
test
See if
run.
Yeah.
The fans like him, so since we like him, maybe they'll bring him
Yeah.
back.
That's always true.
I hope so.
You know?
I hope so.
I mean,
yeah.
he's a fun character.
Yeah.
Misty loved him on Santa Barbara too.
Of course, Santa Barbara is bomb.
See, why didn't we have AfterBuzz when Santa Barbara was on?
Oh, I know. Oh, my God.
You don't even
Regina
understand.
and Keith.
You don't even
and-
understand the tunnel between the two houses. Okay.
Okay.
So let's do some predictions. Let's do some predictions before we leave the room and get thrown out.
Oh, my God.
Your
Oh, my God. Oh, my
AfterBuzz
God.
TV.
I am going to make a prediction.
Okay.
Based on, there was a lot of chatter this week about Paige's birthday coming up.
Yes.
So I am predicting that all this information, and it's supposed to happen this week, I heard.
Okay.
But it's all gonna. I think it's gonna happen at her birthday. Like I
It's
think
all gonna
everything's
spill.
gonna kind of come out at
How
the
do you
birthday
think it's
party.
going to come out? It's going to be written on the cake.
No, I mean, someone's gonna have to. Maybe Daniel's gonna tell. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to tell because there's
Yeah.
really no way for her to figure
Right,
it out
there's no
unless she
video, I don't think.
overhears
Or Cole.
people talking.
Cole might come
or
in and-
Cole tells her.
Yeah.
You know, he'll. Cole's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a mess.
And any predictions from you guys for anything?
Yes, I predict that Brady's marrying Teresa.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what that rings for. It's actually for Teresa.
He's not going to marry Melanie. That's not going to happen. He's marrying Teresa.
Right. Okay.
It's going to be a marriage of convenience or whatever, and he's not going to love her, and it's going to be crazy. So, yeah.
Convenience,
Okay.
huh?
So we go for the baby.
I have one other prediction because Rory showed up
Oh, yes.
and
Yes.
somebody got brought up.
Oh.
Yes.
My girl Roxanne.
Hey, Roxanne.
So I think there are starting to lay the seeds that Roxanne may come.
Oh, we hope so.
I hope so. And she needs to get a Twitter too.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
So
gonna-
how do you think Roxanne's going to fit into it? Is she just going to bring
I think she's going to come in
chaos?
like she did last time and
yeah.
just steamroll the place.
She did last time. She did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
says I'm right, so that I don't even
Right.
know what they're talking about, but I'm right.
That's all you
So
see.
yeah. All right. So I think that is our week of days.
I know, they're
Our
days.
Emmy Award winning Days of Our Lives. Again, Alexis, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for being with
Alexis.
us. We love
guys are
having you
so
here. We hope you can stay
welcome.
again.
I will. I'm hoping.
Let's go around the table and tell everybody where they can find you and reach out to you. And
You can find me on Twitter on Black Hope LA, my blog, thesuperorganizinguniverse.com, and I have a new radio show coming out June 5th on Adrenaline Radio called thesuperorganizinguniverse.com.
nice.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @TheRealJooligan, and you can find all of us on our Facebook page, Facebook/Edition Days.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE, and Facebook.com/ the Mark J Freeman. You can follow me on there. It's where I usually post most of my day's stuff.
Also, sorry,
Yeah,
didn't mean to cut you
that's
off,
fine.
but I also want to give a shout out to all the Days Facebook pages that allow us to post on
Yes,
there,
we
to
do appreciate
advertise, to give you contests, which I'm letting you guys know. Everybody who won the calendars, I got those signatures for you guys, so those calendars are going to be going out next week, so you
Nice.
should be getting them. And there's more contests to come because we have a lot of good stuff to give out. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jen,
And we didn't do a funny picture of Tony while
I
he was
know,
away.
but
know.
Jen brought a lot of good stuff for you guys, like a script.
Yeah, there's some good stuff coming.
Good stuff
coming, guys.
Keep an eye out.
Thank you guys again. Don't forget to go to iTunes and rate us a 5 and comment on iTunes and comment below and like us and put it on your pages and share it with everybody. We love you. We'll see you next week here at AfterBuzz.
Edition Days.
Edition Days.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.